Let me tell you, when you hit the 40 mark, you have a clear choice. If you have understood the plot of life and you have realized that things until this point may have been tolerated but aren't going to work anymore, maybe your finance is a mess, maybe your relationship is a mess, maybe you are a mess. That's okay. Let's pause for a moment and take a look at the eagle, our national bird of pride and prosperity, representing freedom. The king of the skies. Would you be shocked to know that 70% of researchers agree that eagles suffering at the age of 40 is true and a clear indication of what we humans must do at midlife? As the eagle crosses 40 years of age, it's becoming old and feeble and has hardships in surviving caused by her bent beak, her curled up and unsharpened talons, and her heavy wings from all the feathers. Here, this eagle has two choices: wither off slowly from the lack of being able to hunt, or the second choice, which many eagles venture out into, is to fly to the highest nesting point on a mountain. And then it begins her transformation. She will hammer her beak endlessly on hard rocks for days and weeks to come until she gets it straight again and sharp. Once the beak is razor sharp, she begins filing her talons on the rock and with her beak. And again, time passes and her beak and her talons are both ready now to go back into the fierce world of predator versus prey. And lastly, she uses her sharp beak and her sharp talons to pluck feathers off till she is weightless in the air again. And once this transformation is done, she sets herself for another 40 years of adventure, another 40 years of hunting, another 40 years of being the king of the skies. Let me tell you that when you hit 40, you have a clear choice. In this session, I am going to speak to you about the two steps you must take when you hit 40 and when you feel you've been shortchanged by life. Okay? So, number one, pick the harder choice. Number two, watch out for opportunities. Okay, so what do I mean when I say pick the harder choice? You've heard the saying, life is hard. Yes, that it is, and that's how it's supposed to be. It's hard all around, but you need to choose which side of hard do you want to live your life on. The hard life that comes with failure, or the hard life that comes with success. You can't escape it. You can just choose which one to suffer in. Life usually becomes hard in the second chapter of our lives, only because we choose to suffer over existing affairs rather than understand ourselves and suffer in the process of changing during the first half. And so the pattern of suffering over things and relationships and emotions still keep checking into our lives constantly. So that's the price. But the beautiful thing to life is, it's never too late. Let me tell you that being financially disciplined is hard, but being broke is very hard too. So which one would you rather suffer in? You are going to go through that hardness. It's going to happen. You decide if you want to do nothing and let that hardness hit you, or you want to work hard so that nothing hits you. So really, you don't have an option on a hard life. Only on which side of receiving a hard life you want to be on. Similarly, going to the gym is hard, but so is being obese. The challenges are unimaginable. Communicating your boundaries is hard, but not informing them is also hard. Your only option to success is taking the road less traveled, the hard road, the ones that have nothing more left on their mind but change and level up. Because then, when real adversity hits you, you are ready. But if your health or your finances or your emotions or your mental strength are not ready, then you are not ready. And you need to toughen all of this up. This is also the place where you separate the boys from the men. Okay? Lots of men are labeling themselves as alpha or sigma to make themselves believe they are strong and mature. However, so many cases, this is just a cover-up for shy and cowardly boys. And so they hide behind titles such as masculine and graceful and sensible. That's the biggest con men have been told about themselves and women have made to believe. You have shy men who say they don't approach women because they are alpha. No, they are just shy. Because if that girl approached them, then you know. You have some men who hit the gym and look like beasts but remain cowardly inside. They don't take risks. They don't stand up for themselves. They don't stand up for others. The muscular body is satisfactory enough for them to resonate strength, and that's what they hide behind. So if you want to jump onto that bandwagon and hide behind the alpha male or the sigma male title without really possessing any of the traits, and you can continue in this cycle of suffering till someone points out to you that what you are is only truly superficial. And that day is going to be hard on you because it's going to come from someone who you wanted to show your valuable side to, which was fake. Being tough on yourself is imperative. Let's go through a few examples of being tough on yourself every day, okay? In simple life, but every day. Take that extra step. When you're going to the grocery store or the gym, don't look for the closest spot to park the car. Choose the harder option. Park as far as you can. Take those extra steps. Taking the elevator to the 4th floor? What's wrong with the steps? Take the steps. Is it too hard? Maybe you're already fit. Okay, that's great. Or maybe you don't want to pant and puff and sweat because, well, you're unfit. Well, this is where you start. And know that you will get to the 4th floor. You will be sweaty down to your skivvies, which is going to be uncomfortable. Good. That's the objective. It needs to be as hard as it can get. Take the harder choice in every situation, and I elaborate on this in detail in another video showing up on the screen right now. Don't look at yourself like you are training hard to always be ready for battle. No, that's not the way you look at it. Wake up and look around you. You are in the battle zone. You have no option but to be strong. You have no option but to level up. There's no room for people looking to go down the weak road here. You are that eagle perched up high into the mountains. You can remain there and die, or start carving yourself so you can easily handle all the challenges below. Number 2, maximizing opportunities. Failure isn't when you don't get opportunities, because there is no such thing. Failure is when you are unable to recognize opportunities. Failure comes when you don't respond to opportunities. Failure comes when you feel that the opportunity needs to serve you rather than you serving that opportunity. So, don't let go of any opportunity, but only take the ones that you will give your 100 to. And you should give your 100 to all the opportunities that serve you. You don't know when the next time an opportunity that serves you will show up. We see opportunities every day, but we are too distracted to pause and give some thought. We're in a hurry, always thinking of new ways to make life easier. That cannot happen with you. Financial opportunities could come in forms of an email or a social media post, something that catches your eye and tells you to inquire more. Then do it. Send that email, make that call, find out more about how you can make this happen for yourself. An opportunity to go on a trail hike, an opportunity to meet new people that level you up, an opportunity to read a new book. These are all steps that take you within that will create outwardly growth. Time itself is the biggest opportunity. Let's say you work 10 hours a day and you sleep for 6. Out of that, you spend another 2 hours commuting to work. So what are you doing with the balanced 6 hours that you have left? Netflix, beer, marijuana, video games, searching for or chasing a relationship? Really, how is any of this serving you? Didn't you do enough of this in your first half of your life? And that's probably why you got here, quite honestly. So take the opportunity of time. You have 6 hours a day for yourself. All you need is 1 hour a day of reading, and you'll be done with 3 to 4 self-help books a month. Do you know how much power there is in that? If you spent 1 hour a day writing your thoughts every single day, in 2 months, you would have had completed 100 pages book on your life and your experience. If you spend 1 hour a day brisk walking or going to the gym, in a month, you would be 40% closer to your goal of what's a perfect physique for you. If you spent an hour on the phone speaking to your mom or your dad or your siblings or your child, you get to understand more about who you are just by listening to them. Once opportunities start arriving at your doorstep and you start exploiting it eloquently, then these opportunities will keep flowing in. There will be an influx of so many great opportunities, but you will be in the position to pick what's best for you. You must know that this time will never pass. You will always need to remain here in a sport where you pick the harder option and don't let go of any opportunity. That will always remain. The reality is, you will get addicted to this way of life and leveling up that you achieve. And yes, that level comes with a lot of sacrifice, but it also comes with a lot of rewards. Okay? Make this part of your life and you will prevail. Nothing will stop you. Nothing. Take opportunity of the extra time you have. Switch non-serving habits to serving habits. Be the game changer in your world. Expand yourself and everything around you will expand. Be safe, be positive, and keep taking steps in the right direction.